Alright, so today's video we're going to be clearing out this shed. This is where the calves creep in and out. Obviously no calves in here at the moment, so we're going to clear it out. We're going to use it for something else, which I will show you a little bit later in the video. David Brown is going to be featuring today. Hasn't been in many videos over the last while, so we're going to use it just to move the trailer around the yard. Tipping trailer, as I say, is hooked onto it, and David Brown has a new addition. We now have a nice pickup hitch, so a crook, if you like. Up until now, we've only had a drawbar on it, so we've invested. Alright, so it's next morning and we've had a lot of rain, which is great to see. What we're doing today is we have the smaller batch of cows and calves. They've been grazing here in this field. They've it nicely eaten down, and we're just going to shift them into the field next door. So yeah, trying to keep the grass moving isn't easy with the lack of rain. And what we're going to do is we're going to move them from this field. We're going to try and get a bit of slurry out on this. There is rain forecast over the next few days. It is to get milder, so growth should come. So it's just trying to keep all that moving along. So pretty simple. Just have to open this gate, call these guys here. They should come fairly easily. So let's see how it all works out. on, girls. Come on. Who on? Who on? Who on? Who on? Come on. Come on. Come on, fellas, come on. So that's all worked out pretty easily. Nice enough crop of grass here in this. You can see, I don't know if you can just show it up on camera, but it's all yellow and scorched with all the cold weather. The frost over the last number of nights. We've had ground frost for 3 or 4 nights this week, and yeah, it's just kind of played its part in keeping the grass back. So there's 2 more fields here. This field, another long field at the bottom, and yeah, it should keep them going for the next. This here field should keep them going for almost a week, and then we can move them into the bottom end of it. So yeah, if the growth comes, then we'll have no issues, plenty of grass. Hopefully, we'll see how it works out. These cows and calves are doing well. Put the bull with them yesterday, the limousine bull there. The 2 Charolais are down with the other batch, and we'll have a look at those maybe a little bit later on. Going back to the yard now, we will be having a little look at the tanker and tractor working here as it slurries this field. I'll get a wee bit of drone footage of that, and then we'll have a little look at why exactly we were cleaning out that shed yesterday and what the plan for it is. Alright, so slurry's done and dusted, spread, finished, out of the way. All we need now, a little bit of rain to get it washed in, bit of heat then to get the grass growing, and we're all happy. Will it happen like that? Probably not. But anyway, earlier on in the video, you seen we were cleaning out this shed. So we're going to have a little look at why we were cleaning it out and what we were going to put into it. We're also going to be checking out how calving is going. We had some cows left to calve. We'll check that out at the very end of the video. So yeah, what were we cleaning out this shed for? These little guys. So we have purchased, just close over the door, that we've no escapees. We've purchased a few calves, just rearing them on powdered milk. There is 4 here. These are actually some of the latest additions. Kind of a mixed breed, all out of dairy stock, obviously. But we're not trying not to buy Friesians. We've done this before with Friesians. They done okay. We kept them till they were around 18-20 months. Had them trying to finish them around by the time they reached about 18-20 months, and weight gain wasn't fantastic on them. We got them into good enough weights, but it took a lot of feed to get them into those weights. So we've went back to finishing continental breeds mostly. Yeah, so there's a couple of different breeds. These ones here are, as far as I know, they're crossed with, is it Albrock? They're kind of like a beef breed that can be bred with dairy stock. We've had them before, and they've always done fairly well. So yeah, we're only here a few days now at this point, and we'll see how they get on. This isn't all we have. We're going to go now to the other shed, and I'll show you which other ones that we have as well. We've a couple of stables that we've kind of converted temporarily for rearing calves, but yeah, we'll go to them now and check them out. Alright, so up and into the next batch of calves. We've got 4 calves here. So these 4, just a stable. There's quite a large stable here that kind of made a little bit of a high chaparral, as we're calling it, with a few pallets. Farmer's best friend. It's just put together with a couple of lats, and it's actually working very well. Calves, 3 of these have been purchased in. 1 is from our own herd. The 3 that we purchased in, again, dairy crossbred stock, and the one out of our own herd, it's a Charolais cross. It was a calf that it's out of one of our older cows. Just for some reason this year, the mother had no milk. Never an issue before. She was always a good milker, if you like, and just no milk this year. So we decided it was better just to take him off and put him in along with these here. So yeah, so another 4 of them here, and doing all right. There's a nice warm little place for them. You can see on the pallet here we have just one of the galvanized trough, and they get some crunch meal into that, and yeah, they're all up and running on that too. So yeah, they're doing well and happy with how they are going so far. There's a couple of these are heifers, and I'm actually thinking about keeping those for suckler cows, because being from dairy bred stock, plenty of milk, and yeah, we'll see what they're like when they get a little bit older. But I'm hoping to keep a couple of them just as cows. We'll see how that goes. Another batch down here, we'll have a look at those as well. Alright, so on to the last batch of calves. Similar setup to the other one. This stable is about half the size of the last stable we were in, but there's 3 calves in it, and similar enough setup. We've got a couple of pallets here set up again, feed trough with the crunch feed in it, and the way the pallets are set up, they're kind of set up that we can just clip the little drinker into it, and it just leaves it easy for feeding. But yeah, easy enough setup. The shed here is nice and airy in the fact that overhead there's plenty of air circulation. There's spaceboarding on the side of it, and there's good airflow overhead. But down in here, calves are nice and sheltered, and yeah, it's just ideal for them. You can stick another calf in here easily enough. Another 2 probably could go up the top, and then down the bottom where the 4 is, there's another, you could put 4 or 6 more in there. We're probably going to push the numbers up to around 20. We don't want to finish a massive amount, or we don't want to rear a massive amount of calves, but if we finish maybe 15 or 20 of them, it'll just fill up this side of the shed. We usually leave it aside for weanlings later in the year, and our own weanlings go in there, and then it takes about 20-ish roughly to finish filling it up. So yeah, it works out well, and it's just a little operation to save having to purchase in weanlings later in the year. Is it something we should be doing? Well, why not? It's probably a headache that we could do without, but in saying that, it's a nice little job to be doing, feeding them night and day. We'll go down and have a little look and see how the calving is going. A little bit of an update on that as well. All right, so finally to finish off, we'll have a little bit of an update on calving and how that is going. Calving is going well. We are down to the last 3. So we've got, I think a couple of weeks back when I was last on, we had 6 cows to calve. So we've had 3 has calved in the last, it's actually 3 has calved in the last week. The last one to calve is actually today, that's near in front of us. She is a cow that we purchased in last year. She is whitehead out of a dairy cow. So yeah, lots of milk. She's had a lovely big bull calf out of her limousine bull. And yeah, calved today, no problem. Calved on her own, no assistance. And he got up, drank all that you want him to do, he has done. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. Hopefully, look at if the weather is good, we'll let him out. Even tomorrow is Sunday, so we might let him out tomorrow Sunday, or we'll see what it's like even on Monday. So hope to get him out in the next couple of days. The other 2 that calved last week, one of them is back in. She has got a calf that is quite delicate, we'll call it. It was out for a couple of days. Didn't really seem to be doing that well and was outside. The weather was cold and not so much wet, but just windy and cold, and he didn't seem to like it that much. So we took him back in. He's still very delicate, and yeah, we're just keeping a tight eye on him at the minute. The one that calf before that, she is outside, and our calf is doing okay. So yeah, this time of year you'd imagine that if you had any cows calving that the weather would be good, you'd get them straight out, no issues at all, but it's not working out like that. But anyway, that's just how it works out sometimes. So 3 left to go. Looking forward to just getting them 3 calved, done and dusted, and getting all out, so we can get the shed cleared out then, and maybe start to get it washed. And yeah, it's always nice to get all the cattle out of it and get it cleared up. But yeah, that's kind of an update just on what's been going on over the last number of days. And yeah, and just a calving update as well. So as always, thank you very much for watching. If you're not already, don't forget to hit the sub button, leave a like in the video, comment down below, all that kind of good stuff. All helps the channel and is very much appreciated. Until the next video, we will see you in the next one. Take care.